Hello, my name is Jen and welcome to the Book Refuge. So excited to be here today, guys. I've been wanting to make this video for a while. I'm the type of person that sometimes I hate being wrong, but other times, and especially when it has to do with especially when it has to do with books, movies, or TV shows, I'm happy to be proved wrong about loving something. So I just wanted to make kind of a quick little video about 5 different books or authors that I had to eat crow about. Now, if you're not from the United States and you don't know what eat crow means, it basically means you have to take back what you said, or you had a bad opinion that you've been proved wrong. So they call it eating crow when you have to admit you were wrong. But I have never been so happy to take on this nasty black little bird called the crow, because I love these books. And I am happy to admit I was wrong and recommend them to you. So I got my hot chocolate here and I got my list down in front of me. So let's go through these 5 books. First is Redeeming Love by Francine Rivers. This is a book that has been around for 20 years. It is a Christian historical fiction, and it is a retelling as well of the story of Hosea and in the Bible. And it's amazing. If you don't know about the story of Hosea, look it up, because if I tell it to you, it's basically a spoiler for the whole book. But this was so great. It has a beautiful romance in historical fiction. It is so interesting. I read it earlier this year and it made me so happy. I love romance. I love my religion, obviously. So it's 2 of those things together, and I had a fabulous time reading it. But I'll get this one out of the way. I had to put it on here because a lot of my friends have been telling me to read it for years. And I was always like, oh, I don't want to read a cheesy Christian romance, blah, blah. Guys, no, it is not cheesy. It is amazing. And I feel like you will really appreciate it whether you're of the Christian faith or not. Just like I'm able to appreciate books from other religions myself, It's called diversity. But it is historical fiction, so if you don't like that, then I understand why you wouldn't want to read it. So, first off, who would be surprised to see Illuminae on my list? That's right. For how much I talk and praise this book series, nay, every Jay Kristoff and Amy Kaufman book, I did not want to read this. I heard people talk about this book since I started not doing BookTube, but watching BookTube, which was 4 years ago. And I was like, that sounds so dumb. Look it's not even a full story. What's with all these weird pages and all these different files? That sounds so dumb. I was wrong, guys. Wrong. This is one of my favorite books of the year. You're going to see it on so many lists that I'm about to put out at the end of the year because it's amazing. Amy and Jay are going to be doing a new series together, and I can't wait for that. I am just all about everything they have to say. I'm so into it. But I love this series. This is about an invasion / a plague / an evil corporation / romance / AI things. It's so many things. And the audiobook is freaking fantastic. Just in case you haven't heard yet, do this. I also made a PSA, Read Illuminae, where I go into 5 reasons why you should read it. So you could check that out as well. Oh, okay, so this one is the case of an author where I needed to eat crow because I thought she was so overhyped when I started BookTube. And I was like, oh my gosh, she's so, just her book, blah, blah, blah. All the things. I said all the things. And then I read Shadow and Bone. And Leigh Bardugo, you have stolen my heart. Stolen my heart. I love her so much. I read this entire series. It was actually the series that finally kicked me into BookTube. I watched a video that Murphy Napier made about this series, and she was just so chill and talking about a book that she loved that I was like, if Murphy can do it, I can do it. And though I don't do anything near so half as well as Murphy does, I read this whole series. I read all the books she wrote. They're right behind me here. I can't wait for more. King of Scars comes out in just a couple months. I'm so excited. And I just love her. I love her characters. I love the relationships. I love the danger that you feel her characters are in, and like emotionally, mentally, and physically, like they're always in so much peril, and I just love it. So Leigh Bardugo herself as a whole is someone I had to eat crow about, because I just thought those books were so overhyped, and I've loved every single one. Like, the Darkling is on my list of favorite villains, and that is a steep list, guys. It's a steep list. Continuing with the Murphy train, because now a lot of books I read are because Murphy got me to read them, and that is The Kiss of Deception, which is The Remnant Chronicles by Mary E. Pearson. Oh my gosh, I've raved about this as well in so many videos. This is also on my favorite books of the year, but I just thought this book looked so plain. Like, I just was like, this seems like every other fantasy I've ever read. A girl ends up being a chosen one. She's in a love triangle. Like, all these things seemed so cliche to me. So I would hear people describe it and be just like, meh. But Murphy included Leah in a list of like her favorite protagonists, as well as she has, there's a group of like found family / like best friends in the series later on that she loves, so much that she loves, and I just had to finally try it. So I listened to it on audio. Just a few months back, I've did this, like definitely in my videos, I was talking about these all the time, and I just love it so much. Leah is one of my favorite main characters ever. She's so smart. She's brave. She's kind. She cares about her people. She makes hard choices. And she also loves very passionately the romance in this series. Like, don't let it get you caught up on the love triangle thing, because for me, the love triangle wasn't a distraction. In fact, Leah's able to use it to her advantage a little bit. And also it has a villain again who is just so evil. And he's that calculating evil that is always one step ahead of you. And he makes her have to be smarter. Like, she's already really smart, but he makes her be even smarter. And I love that. Like, she doesn't luck into things. Like, she plans it out, and it happens because she did that. So I couldn't have been more wrong about what I was getting into. This is so far from cliche, in my opinion. Like, every time you think something will be cliche, Mary like twists it and is like, you thought this was going to happen? Just kidding. This is really what's going on. And I loved it. Love it so much. I can't wait to start the new series. I'm kind of saving that for the new year, also because there's only one book out so far, so it's like I'm not in a rush to jump in, but I love this series. So good. And then finally, this is a real recent read for me. I just finished it a couple weeks ago, and this is another one that I didn't put it on the author completely because I haven't started any of her other series yet, but I plan to. So maybe next year I'll have her on my full like favorite like author overall. But that is Vicious by V.E. Schwab. Again, I thought everyone was overhyping these. I was like, I don't want to read about two villains. I don't like villains. I mean, I like villains, but I want to read about heroes and like just good people. Like, I don't want to read about some nasty people, because it's sold to you as like, there's these two roommates who set out to be heroes and now they're both villains, you know, or like whatever. But that's just a really crappy way of describing this. I would be really crappy at describing this, but it's two young men figure out that they can give themselves superpowers, and so they go about doing it. But in doing it, they completely destroy their friendship and may destroy the world. No, that's a little dramatic, but things go very wrong. But the way the story was told, it was like I was watching a movie, and like in a really good way. Like the way she breaks up her scenes, the way she reveals information to you. She is amazing, and I can't wait to read the Darker Shades of Magic series. But that's another series I'm saving for next year, just because I'm trying not to like pressure myself with so much right now. So yeah, Yeah, guys, so these were 5 books / authors that I had to eat some crow about. I was happy to eat it. It tasted real good. Oh, actually, that was my hot chocolate that tasted good, but you know what I mean. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed all these books, and I hope if maybe you have been holding off reading these because you think they've been overhyped, I hope that you will give them a chance like me, because you might be pleasantly surprised. And if I'm wrong, well, literature is good for you, so whatever. But anyway, thank you so much for stopping by the Book Refuge. I make new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and go ahead and click the subscribe button. And I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day. Bye.